Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all okay. It's time for yet another lovely unboxing of lots of little goodies. And today we have the Resin Incense, a big old set of goodies, which is usually pretty full of stuff. I've had a couple before and they've always got lots and lots of stuff in, so I can't wait to see what we've got. This month's theme is cleansing, and I know they make lots of nice like sage soaps and stuff, so I have a feeling we might be getting some of those. We will not speculate too much, we'll just dive in. We have got an envelope which I'm assuming has got our art and list of items in it. So, what's in the bottom? What is all this? There's a little card saying about pre-ordering stuff for the rest of the year. Yeah, if you order like 3 at a time, you get like 10% off, or 6, you get 15% off, etc. So that's got all those details. I think one works out like £29, which is how I've been buying it. But I probably should buy multiple at a time. But there we go. Anyway, then we've got our list of items, which we should try not to look at. And then it's got spring cleaning ideas on the back. On the back of the list of the items, they always have just kind of like a bit more information about the theme that they've gone for. So we won't read it just in case we get any hints of what's coming. We then got a little artwork, and this month it is kind of a simplistic like design. It looks like we've got kind of like a rosemary burning bundle, some little crystals and some herbies. Quite like simple, not in a bad way, but just quite clean, since the theme is cleansing. Makes sense. So that is our artwork. With this box you do get these big A4 artworks as opposed to the little ones each month. So that one suits the theme quite well. Now let's dive into the baggie. Green sagey colour this month. And ooh, it's quite heavy. We have got, as per usual, a box of incense, and this one is white sage. Makes sense that they would go for a sagey one. I'm assuming you do get a box every month, because I've had a box of incense every time I've got this box. And they usually have quite nice different ones that I've not seen before, but white sage is a more classic one to go for. Makes total sense with this box. We then have, what should I pull out? Lots of goodies. Let's see, this is on top. Petrichor tombstone wax melts. Petrichor is the smell of rain. The word comes from the Greek words petra, meaning stone, and ichor, which in Greek mythology refers to the green fluid in something that runs in the veins of the immortals. Tiny writing. Then soy wax, fragrance based, etc, etc. Let's open it up, let's just have a look and a sniff. Interesting. So they are like little tombstones. I think mine have gotten a bit bashed. One's got a little spider on and one's more like a normal thingy. It's kind of almost like a bit damp, which I suppose makes sense with the whole rain thing. But yeah, it kind of smells like if you've got slightly mouldy books. Do you know the smell I'm talking of? You know that kind of like damp, mildewy smell. But I have a feeling that when they're burned, they'll smell a little less mildewy and a bit more fresh, I'd imagine. Yeah, they're definitely interesting smelling. Yeah, like I said, at the moment they just kind of smell kind of damp, which I'm not sure is what you want your house to smell of. But I'll definitely melt them, and I assume it'll have a more like fresh, clean smell when it's burning. There we go, wax melts, always happy to have them. Then we have, what should I go for? A packing peanut. And a candle, love me a candle, and this one is very pretty. It is a sage cleansing candle. And it's one of the pretty ones where they get the herbies all in the top. It does just smell straight of sage, but it hasn't got any crystals or anything, it's just a nice like ground up sage in there with a wood wick. I do like wood wick candles. Living in a flat is the closest I will get to having an open fireplace, is a little woodwick candle. That is a nice one to have. Love that. Then let's pull out our soapies. I'm imagining it's soap. Again, something we seem to get each time, and I was correct, it is the sage one. Sage cleansing. Sage is used to promote wisdom and bring in good luck. It builds emotional strength and may help to heal grief. Celery sage is associated with vision. It is used to clear not only the physical eye but also the third eye of the clairvoyant prior to channeling or divination. Cedarwood helps focusing on the magical intent to align one's highest purpose. So, sage and cedarwood it looks like. Ooh, it's pretty. It's a very bright green. I feel like I've matched it accidentally. It smells very herbaceous. That's probably the strongest scented one that we've had from them. It's almost got a mentholy thing. Has it got like eucalyptus or something? Sage, celery sage, cedarwood and ylang. But yeah, that's a very strong scented one. It definitely has that cedar smell. But yeah, it's almost like a kind of medicinal smell to it. But it's very a vivid green, and we've got some herbies on the top. It almost looks like it should be like mint chocolate fudge or something. But yeah, it smells very like cleansing. Like I say, almost medicinal in smell, that one. I'm quite excited about that. Like I say, it's probably the strongest smelling one we've had from them so far. Then what shall I pull out? So first of all, we've got some charcoal discs, which means I assume we've got some loose incense in there somewhere. I'm excited for these because I literally never have them. I've got like a whole drawer full of loose incenses and no charcoal tabs, so this is useful in itself. And the only problem is whenever I use them, it does set off my fire alarms, which is not so good, but yeah, useful. So this is our incense. It's a resin incense, copal. Let's sniff again. It has got that strong scent. I do love pretty much all resins. I like heavy perfume scents, which I feel like all resin incense have that. It smells nice and like, yeah, I don't know how to describe scent. I don't know the words. I don't know. It smells nice. There you go. Kind of like a spicy, heavy incense smell. That's the best description I can do right now. I'm sorry, I can't translate one sense into another today. I just can't. But there we go. Incense, nice loose resin incense. I actually don't get resin incenses very often in boxes. Actually, I don't think I can remember ever getting them in a box. I feel like I see people get them in the American subscription boxes quite often, but I don't think I've ever had one. There we go, resin incense. Now, I guess I'll pull out the big item, which is what is making the bag so heavy, is this massive bit of selenite. So, get it out of its nasty plastic. There we have it. Massive bit of selenite and anthane. And it's gotten his nib's gotten all shattered, which this problem with selenite is it's very fragile. It's just the point's broken there, but that's okay because it is ginormous. So for visualising severing of your emotional ties, etc., I would say. Giant. It's quite heavy. We got a massive lump of selenite from them last time as well, which was really heavy. We got an egg for that eggy sabbat. There you go. Really giant piece. It is, I would say, very heavy. It has a very ergonomically designed handle, and it is fun to wield at people. Then we have, it's like a bell, a little witch's bell. So it's got a like pentacle at the top, and then it's been like lightly engraved along the bell bit of the bell. yeah, if you cannot burn your smoky loose incense, you could use this to cleanse instead. There's just a nice little silver witch's bell. Then we have a few little bits which are exciting to me. We have got a teeny tiny little sage bundle for wafting and cleansing. Don't know what type of sage. I think it's just normal sage. There we go, that's a nice one with the long twigs so it's easier to hold. I never think to leave the twigs on when I make mine. I normally make my own little bundles for burning, and you do end up with like a little crumbly nub at the end, so it does make a lot more sense to keep the stalks on. So these are always quite nice because they're easier to hold, and when you get down to the bottom it's just less messy. So yep, nicely designed little bundle. We then got a bit of Palo Santo, which I really like Palo Santo. I always feel like it smells a bit coconutty, and I never hear anybody else say that, so I assume it's just me that thinks that, and I've obviously got a weird nose. But I always think it's got like almost like a tropically type scent. But yeah, another just for like burning, it's wafting around. I recently finished a stick, so now I've got another one to replace it. And yeah, this one looks like it's full of like oil, so it's probably going to smell really good when it burns. So Palo Santo, and then we have a little baggie which feels like a crystal or two. So a little like raffia type baggie, and ooh, I think it's obsidian. Like rough chunk of it. 2 rough chunks. I'm fairly certain that's obsidian. It's got that black glassiness, and then the other side's just rough. It's got to be obsidian, isn't it? So yeah, we've got 2 nice big chunks there, so that's quite nice. Just like rough bits that haven't been shaped at all. So big old chunks there. And that is everything in our sack. I feel like it's a very like, what's home fragrancy based ones, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of incense, wax melt and a candle. So it's very like home fragrance based, which everybody knows. I love candles and incense, so I can't really complain too much about that. But let's have a look at our sheet of what's on there, see if we haven't got anything wrong. So we have got our selenite sword, sage smudge stick, obsidian chunks. They say it's one of the best crystals to protect your energy for psychic protection, clearing negative energies and banishing negative entities. Sage cleansing soap, sage cleansing candle, home handmade tombstone wax melts, brass pentacle altar bell. It must be like plated and silver. Yeah, that one. And copal resin. It says natural tree resin that is between 2 states. It is neither a hardened resin nor sap. Copal resin comes from trees in the Bursa family, which is considered a medicinal tree to the Mayas in southern Mexico. It is used to purify the energy of spaces, places and objects. Charcoal discs, then sage incense, smudge design print, and then our little baggie. So we have got everything. Like I say, a very like smelly bag, I would say. Lots of like incense, smoke and stuff to burn around the home. Maybe not so good if you can't burn stuff at all, because like I said, we've got 4 different burning types of incense there. But I don't mind because that will burn all of it, even if it does set off my fire alarms. But yeah, like I say, as usual, lots of items in this one. My one thing that I wish this box did was that if they sent you like a dispatch notice, because they don't send you anything to let you know if it's on the way. And I was expecting it last week and it didn't arrive, and I was like, did I actually order it? And now it's actually arrived this week, which is fine, but if you know when it's being dispatched, it just means you're not kind of sat there like, oh, when's it going to arrive? But other than that, I think it is a great box. I think it's a really good value one. You get lots of bits and bobs. But you'll have to let me know what you thought of this one and what your favourite item was. I feel like we've got less kind of like physical objects compared to what we did in the last one, but like I said, we've got lots of stuff for like burning and smelling and stuff, which I love, so that's fine for me. But you'll have to let me know if you prefer the ones like last month where there was loads of stuff like mugs and art and plaques and bits and bobs like that. So yeah, let me know what you thought, which ones you prefer. But I'll be back with their next one, which is going to be a sabbath based one for Beltane. So it should be all like spring stuff, bringing the sunshine in. We want that sunshine. So yes, if you're interested, please stick around and I'll be back with that one. But in the meantime, I hope you're all doing well and I'll hopefully see you all again soon. Bye everyone.